Hello everyone! Today I'm going to take you to the most romantic country, France, which usually brings to mind these keywords: romance, French cuisine, wine, perfume, and luxury brands. Besides these, how much do you know about it? Do you know where it is? Do you know any famous cities or celebrities in France? What do the local people speak? What are the most popular tourist attractions in France? Well, in this session, we are going to focus on its geography, people, language, and attractions. Firstly, its geography. France is the third largest country in Europe, with territory in Western Europe and several overseas regions and territories. When including these other territories, France has a total of 12 time zones, the most of any nation. Metropolitan France in Europe has long been a gateway between the continent's northern and southern regions. Its lengthy borders touch Germany and Belgium in the north, the Atlantic Ocean in the west, and the Pyrenees Mountains and Spain in the south. It also borders the Mediterranean Sea in the southeast and the Alps, Switzerland, and Italy in the east. Paris is the largest city and main cultural and commercial center. Other major urban centers include Marseille, Lyon, Nice, Toulouse, and Bordeaux. Secondly, its people. France has a population of about 67 million according to UN data. It ranks number 22 on the list of countries by population and ranks number 4 in Europe. France is one of the oldest nations on earth, and it is the most ethnically diverse country in Europe. These deep and broad influences have made France a world leader throughout history in different aspects of culture, including cuisine, philosophy, music, art, film, fashion, literature, and sport. The French have long been considered one of the most classy, graceful, intelligent, and culturally rich people. France is the country with the largest number of Nobel Prize winners in literature, and its contribution to world literature and poetry is enormous. After all, France has been the center of Western cultural development for centuries. There are so many famous people in France. In history class, you must have heard of the French Emperor Napoleon, who strengthened France's position in Europe through the Napoleonic Wars and extended his kingdom. The physicist Madame Curie, amongst the most notable scientists of her time. She is the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, the sole person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 different categories. Famous figures in other fields are also well known, such as the French hero Jean of Arc, the mathematician Descartes, writer Voltaire, and Victor Hugo, Impressionist Claude Monet, soccer star Zidane, and French luxury brand founders Coco Chanel and Christian Dior. Thirdly, language. French is spoken all over the world and one of the 6 languages of the UN. There are 29 countries with the official language as French. It is reputed to be the foreign language which is the most widely used in international communications, after English. French has long been known as the most romantic language, like Paris being one of the world capitals of romance. The French language sounds like music. The melodic rhythm of the French language is enough to melt hearts all over the world, which is why it is known as the language of love and romance. Well, in linguistic terms, romance and romantic have nothing to do with love. French belongs to a group of languages identified as Romance languages. Romance comes from the word Roman and simply means from Latin. Bonjour is the most common word used to greet a person in France. It is equivalent to hello and can also express good morning. Do you know how to express I love you in French? It is je t'aime. It can express your feelings of love to a lover, friends, or family. Finally, how are you in formal settings is comment allez-vous, and when among friends it is comment vas-tu? Fourth, attractions. France is the world's leading tourist destination. It offers a fabulous historic heritage and probably the most diversified natural environment of any country in Europe. From the boulevards of Paris to the fashionable seaside resorts of Côte d'Azur, France offers some of the most beautiful sceneries in the world. Fairy tale castles, glorious cathedrals, and picture-perfect villages are a delight for romantic-minded. You can start your journey in Paris, which is the capital of France and one of the most important and influential cities in the world. In terms of most famous attractions in France, the Eiffel Tower tops the list because this monument is extremely famous. No one visits France without making a stop to admire the Eiffel Tower. Indeed, many tourists come to the capital city, Paris, only to take pictures with the monument. Built in 1887, the Eiffel Tower is 324 meters tall and is the tallest building in Paris. You can head to its observation deck for the most fantastic view of Paris. Then discover famous masterpieces of art at the Louvre Museum, in which displays around 35,000 works of art. It's impossible to see it all in a day or even in a week. You can also spend a day pretending to be royalty at the elegant palace of Versailles. While the most important thing you need to do is to save time for leisurely gourmet meals. Traditional French cuisine has been inscribed by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of France. Besides Paris, cities in the Provence region such as Nice, Marseille, Avignon, and Cannes can also provide you with a different kind of romantic trip. France boasts the two top ski tourism destinations in Europe, with about 55 million skier visits annually. Chamonix is a great base for skiing, hiking, rock climbing, outdoor adventures, or just relaxing. Okay, we have made a brief introduction to French geography, people, language, and main tourist attractions. I hope you now have a better understanding about the basic facts of this romantic country. See you next time.